On YouTube. Welcome to my YouTube channel. All right, so every now and then when you're getting raw coins, and I handle a lot of Morgans, um, you run across something where it just makes you wonder, right? So you're probably asking yourself, like, why is he showing me an 1878S MS65 deep mirror proof light? Well, I went to PCGS's website, typed in that number because I wanted a better close-up of just truly what does a deep mirror proof like raw Morgan Silver Dollar look like. Now, I've had silver dollars in my hands with mirrors, but in order to truly get deep mirror proof like, you've got to get it on both sides. So you're not going to see these type of coins very often. This one in particular is worth about $8,000 book value, which is insane. And if you're going to send one in to get graded, good luck. There's a total population of 25, 5 higher. That's why this particular coin is worth $8,000. And the seller who has it listed obviously is asking $6,900 and no one's bought it yet. So anyways, let's get to my light booth and let me show you why I'm excited and why I started my video this way, because I believe I have a raw coin that is very similar to what you're seeing right here. So the other thing that helps too in the past is I've actually owned deep mirror proof light coins before. I want to say the last time I had one in my inventory was probably about 2 years ago. I had a Mint State 63 deep mirror proof light. This is when you could pick those up for about 250, 300, and now they're all 500 plus. But to get one in an 1878, the very first year of the Morgan Silver Dollar, is definitely super rare. So I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to show it to you guys raw. I have all my calibration equipment out here, so I've already weighed it. And these should weigh 26.9 grams, which this one does. It should measure about 1.5 inches, which it does. And obviously, it's not magnetic. Here's a earth, a very powerful neodymium magnet. So I want to show you guys this coin in detail and why I think it is a deep mirror proof like. It's the deepest mirrors I've ever had in my hands as far as a raw coin. Now, I've had these type of coins in holders before, but never just out of a holder. So it kind of makes me wonder, it's like, where has this coin been hiding all these years? How did I get it? Well, I don't know. It's amazing. So, and it almost looks like one of those GSM rounds that they look like a Morgan. They kind of look like this because they strike them so deeply. So I'm gonna first show you my finger, and this is sick. You can actually see the detail of my nail in the mirror. See that? It's my real finger, and there's the nail. And if you notice, you don't see my finger at all on Morgan or on Liberty. You don't see my finger at all on the 1878. You don't really see my finger on any of the stars or the letter. So this is the most important side of a Morgan Silver Dollar. And then here's my Coin Crew sticker here, just to show you guys even further just how insane these mirrors are. So, and I know there's a lot of like newer people too. They're like, I have coins like this. It's like, no, you don't. I mean, if you did, they'd be in a holder. So this is extremely rare. So you also have to like, so if you're doing this kind of comparison, but you start seeing like the reflections on Liberty itself, someone has polished the coin so deeply where, like, you're not supposed to see any reflections on Liberty because that's just how they were not struck. So that's the obverse. Now, I do realize there is a groove along the cheek here, but that, I believe, is not from a staple, and that, I believe, is not like a modern strike across the cheek. which might be why this particular person that I bought it from never sent this coin to get it graded, because they just felt like, oh, it's scratched, it's going to come back a details coin, which that's definitely possible. But if you see like the marks on the cheek and the mark across, that appears to just be wear, because again, guys, these were sitting in bags or however they were stored. They were not handled with care when they were made. Banks did not, these were not collectible coins. These were $1, back in the day. So, they were treated like a dollar coin. The overall rim itself, all the way around, is very nice. So we don't have any dings or obvious, there's going to be a little bit of hits, but again, like, it's not like this was minted and then they put it in a Mylar holder. Like, they didn't have freaking Mylar holders back then. So this is by far the most beautiful coin I've held so far in my hands raw. And the reason I showed you that $8,000 or $6,900 PCGS Deep Mirror Proof-like coin in a holder is just to kind of show you like what to look for. Now let's take a look at the reverse. The reverse is not as frosty as that graded Mint State 65 Deep Mirror Proof-like PCGS $8,000 coin. Meaning the eagle is definitely not as well struck as what I showed in the beginning of the video from the PCGS website. However, a lot of times when you have a deep mirror proof-like obverse, it's very difficult to get that on the reverse. So let's again, you can see my finger, but if you notice, you can't make out the definition of my nail. Okay, let me show you in this part here. So here's Liberty. There's my nail. See how you can see the skin, my nail, and the white of my nail? And now let's show you the reverse. It's definitely reflections. You can kind of make it out. So there's kind of an argument that, it's definitely, and it's not reflecting as much on the eagle, but it's definitely not as deep as the obverse. So that's probably another reason why this coin, okay, so here's the reflectiveness of the fields for the reverse. Here's the reflectiveness of the fields on the obverse. Night and day, right? So this is where it gets interesting. So I personally would never send a coin like this to get graded. I don't think it would come back deep mirror proof like unless you sent it to Annex. So Annex definitely is interesting. They would grade the coin, whatever the mint state is, and they would most likely say the obverse is deep mirror proof like. Because I've purchased coins from them where they say just the obverse is deep mirror proof like. Now the reverse, you can argue and say that it's at least proof like, but I personally don't think it's deep mirror proof like. The reverse is nice, but honestly I've had other coins in my hands that have nicer reverses. Not as far as fields go, because having reflective fields is awesome. So this is one of those head scratchers. Again, this obverse is beautiful. I don't think that's a scratch. I strongly believe this is the nicest deep mirror proof-like obverse I've ever seen. The reverse is definitely proof-like, but if you were to send this in to get graded, I personally think they would most likely give you proof-like just because the reverse is not deep. Even though the obverse is 100% deep, like it's as reflective as it gets. So that being said, the question is, what should I be asking for a coin like this that has the look of an $8,000 book value graded coin, but definitely would not make the grade? Now, again, that's my opinion. So I'm going to be listing this on eBay, I think, for $385. I did compare it to other coins that are raw that have sold like this, and they don't look anywhere near as nice as this one. Now, there are some other sellers that take these crazy photos that make the fields look all black and the coin look very white. Those I don't count really, even though, those auction, those different sellers, it's the same seller over and over again. They're using the same photo and they do all that photoshopping. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, I normally don't spend this much time on one coin, but I wanted to just show you kind of like what I'm going through. And in case you ever run across something like this, these are some of the tests that you can do, as well as how to find, like actually graded versions. So you're not just guessing. But I think the price I'm going to put on it is strong. If someone sends it in and get graded and they do get a straight grade deep mirror proof like, I think even if they got a deep mirror proof like from Annex, they'd have themselves easily a $700, $800 coin. Now, if by some miracle you got mint state 65 from PCGS, well, then you'd have an $8,000 book value coin. I don't think this would make it, but I'm not the grader. I know people that send coins like these in over and over and over again until they get their grade. And even if this did come back as a mint state 64 deep mirror proof like, it would still be about a $3,000, $3,500 coin. So I think asking $385 for this coin to have a gorgeous raw example is an awesome piece to add to your collection. So anyways, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, my channel is always different. What you see is what you can actually buy. Talk to you on the next one. Bye-bye.